Hello, my name is Joe Torsicola, and welcome. There's a reason you're here today. Whatever path you've come down to bring you here to the website, to be looking at this video, you were guided here. Call it what you want, or call it whatever you want that guided you here, whatever the quote unquote the force was. But you're here. And I take great encouragement from that. I take great hope in that. Because you were meant to be here. And you're meant to be getting this the message that I'm putting across today. So, what brought you here? Well, I don't know. Something's going on in life, and you're trying to deal with it. And ultimately, over time, as we deal with more and more events in our lives, and as we move along in our lives, sometimes we get less resilient than we used to be. Sometimes we get less resourceful than we used to be. And the end point of the game becomes we're less happy. And I wanted to talk a little bit about today to say, you know what? What are some of those things? What are they doing to you? What are they doing to your life? And how can we make them better? Because ultimately, nothing is more important than you being happy. So, what are some of those things going on around you? External events, politics, particularly in this day and age. If you're from New York City and you're from Brooklyn, the subway, or dealing with 8 million people who call New York City their home, or sitting in traffic, or living in an apartment and having a neighbor that's just making life miserable for you, having challenges at work, challenges with relationships, anxiety, because all of that tends to bring about anxiety, all of that tends to bring about depression. But those two are really just the symptoms of all of that. And ultimately, you've got to think about, what is this costing you? So what if you didn't have that? Okay? And think of what it is costing you. It's costing you time. You're not doing everything you want to do to be happy. It's costing you money in many cases. Um, you know, ultimately, you're not happy. And one of the things I'll put out there for you to consider is, if you're not happy, how much time do you think you have left to get happy? Now, the average 40-year-old, for example, and I did a calculation on this, has about 13,800 days left to live. Now, if you think you're going to spend a few of them a whole lot more trying to get better, or if you've been working on getting better, or if you've been working on feeling better, if you've been working on being more resilient, more resourceful, but you need a little help, how many more days are you going to let go of not being happy? And that's the really important thing, because nothing is more important than you being happy. So you might be saying, well, what can we do about this? Well, what I'm going to suggest is that you and I begin a conversation. It can start with an email, it can start with a phone call, because there's a number of things that I can help you with. I've had long experience. I've been doing this work and helping people get back to happy for well over, well, I'd say, I'm trying to think, when did I start? 2000, 1999, give or take a little time there. I've had a lot of success with clients, bringing them back to their happiness quicker. Okay, and that's also another important thing that you want to consider. You can change, and you can change quickly. It doesn't take years to change. Now, we have technology now that we didn't have, 15, 20, 30 years ago, that helps create quick and effective change in people's lives. It uses neurolinguistics, it uses hypnosis, and we work with the body's own innate ability to change, and that's a term called brain plasticity. So we get you change, and we get you out of here, okay, in quick and short term time frame. So that's kind of a little bit about what I want you to consider today. And you know what? Let's make it easy. Let's make it, as I say, easy breezy, okay? It just starts with a conversation. You deserve to be happy. Nothing is more important than your happiness. Reach out, email me, phone me, and let's begin a conversation that hopefully will be with you for the rest of your life. Because you can change, and you can change now. Take care.